Hi everybody, it's Michelle with Little Acorn Handcrafts, and I have another Furls crochet hook unboxing today. I'm very excited. Of course, after I ordered the last ones, I waited a couple of weeks and they were still on sale. Unfortunately, they are not now. That sale has ended, I think, December 2nd. It wrapped up. But still give you a good idea of what they have to offer. And I did get some different hooks this time. They're not all aluminum. And I learned something. I found a section on the website. I don't know if it was always there and I just missed it or not, but they go into some detail about who or what these hooks are right for, which I didn't know before. So just wanted to read a couple of the features. The streamlined metal, which are the aluminum hooks that you're probably all familiar with, those are actually intended to use with natural fibers, and crocheters who have a tight grip while crocheting, or those who prefer tight stitches, or for use with amigurumi. So that was a surprise to me, and I really love those hooks, and I do tend to have a tight grip. What I didn't know was that the resin hooks are actually intended for all fibers, crocheters with a looser grip, which is not me, who like to have a larger hook size than recommended sometimes with the projects that they're working on. So that was a surprise, and it kind of made sense to me why they're beautiful, and sometimes I buy them just to look at, and also for the larger sizes because they weigh less than the metal hooks. So if you're working on a blanket with a large bulky yarn, sometimes using the lighter hook is advantageous as far as how fatigued your hand will get. But they don't have kind of that, I don't know how to describe it, sharpness that I like with the aluminum hooks, and that would explain why. But then I went on to read about the streamlined wood hooks, and those are for slippery fibers, which I have expressed my discontent before with some of the recycled polyester fibers being too slippery for me. So those wooden hooks would be a good option for those types of yarns. And then also crocheters who like more control over their stitches. So knowing that the wood would be lighter than the metal, I did order, I did order a couple of the wooden hooks this time around. So I'm excited to see what they look like. And of course, I will report back after I use them in a couple of my projects. And then, right after I placed this order, as expected, they did come out with a new hook. It's a streamlined metal hook, but new colors, so I had to order a couple of those again while they were on sale. But I have purchased these hooks when they were at full price as well, because I really, really like them. I've said before, I do like to have more than one hook in each size. I put my projects into packages and I use storage totes to keep the yarns that I'm using all together, along with the pattern if there is one, and the hooks that I'm using, so that I don't forget and end up with something looking a little bit different as I get back to it and kind of go back and forth on those. So we'll open the first one. And this is a streamline aluminum hook in the shiny red finish. I just love this. I didn't have any red ones before. And that's in a size K, so a 6.5 millimeter. And again, I just love the way these are labeled. I have yet to have any of it ever rub off. Some of them really feel like they're into the metal. So I haven't had any problems with these, but excited to have that. Oh, and so here's the first wood one. This is an I, 5.5 millimeter, and it's definitely ingrained in the wood. It's the size, so you won't have to worry about that disappearing. And I wish you could feel this. It's so much lighter than the metal hook. just really like an unexpected difference, but with that familiar shape that's going to be really ergonomically beneficial for the hand fatigue piece. So again, that was an eye. That one is ebony wood. It's really pretty. And then this is a resin hook, a size N, which is again one of those big sizes. I like to have the resin hooks in the larger sizes again for weight. This is the Gemini series, and I actually am a mother to a set of twins, one who is blonde and one who is brunette. So I have the Gemini, the dark colored hook, so I had to have the light colored hook to go with it. So that's an N, which also engraved right into the hook, so you won't have to worry about that rubbing away, and that's a 9mm hook. Ooh, that's a big daddy. That's the size P, a 10mm hook in the metal aura. So that's really pretty. So I'm interested to see, because all of my large hooks are resin materials, so I'm interested to see what difference that makes for me on some of those bulkier yarns to use the aluminum hook. Here is another wooden hook. This is a J. If you can see it, it's so pretty just the way it's engraved in there. It's a 6mm hook, and this one is called Sage Ombre. So it's kind of green and it blends into the natural wood color. Also very pretty. We spend a lot of time doing this, right? So we have to have pretty tools. Here is a metal hook in the size M, so an 8mm hook. And this is the blush pink shiny. It does come in a matte as well, but I got the shiny. So again, it'll be fun for me to use some of those larger, bulkier yarns. And this is the silver. It's a G hook, a 4mm. So just another one. This is a pretty common size that I am using in my crochet. And so the others end up in packages of blankets and things that I'm working on. And then when I need it, I don't have one, so I ordered another G. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this package as well. This is the brand new one that they just came out with, and it is called Tempest Blue. Just lost them. I thought this color was really pretty. This is an I, 5.5mm. Really pretty blue color. And last but not least, I also got an M in this color. You can see behind me I have a lot of Lion Brand bulky yarn, and I have lots of blankets planned, so it'd be great to try those big metal hooks. All right, guys, that's it for today. We'll see you again in a couple days. Make something beautiful.